Hi everybody, this is Vicky. I'm gonna make my first ever Halloween card, so please bear with me. I am on my little living room table because my work table is currently taking over what would have been my craft desk. Today I am going to be using a couple of things. So I'm just gonna show you the basics of what I've got prepped, and then, oh sorry about that, I'm using a arm, it's a little bit wobbly, I do apologise. So the card's going to be made using the Best Witches by My Favourite Things. So I've got the stamps and the dies. Anyone who's been following me will have seen that I did colour in some of the characters the other day. So I've got the, hope you can see that, the witch there that I've already coloured in. I've got the pumpkin. Hoping you can see these all right. I've got the little house and the cat as well. So my plan is that I'm going to try and do an ink blended background with a bit of a hill so that I can have my house up at the top. I've already gone ahead and got most of my bits prepped apart from that, just to make it a little bit easier. So I've got, this was meant to be a 6x6 card blank, but when I measured it when I was cutting my layers, it was only 5 3/4 ish. So what I did was I trimmed it down, so it's actually 5.5 square. And then I cut just a piece of black card to 5.25, so I get an 1/8 border around it. And then I cut this lovely little piece here. You can have a look at that one. It's got little pumpkins on from my first ever Halloween paper pad that I got, which is this one here. So this is the Happy Halloween pad. It's a 6x6 from Steve Duncan. I got that from Amazon, just with a couple of other little bits that I was getting. They're My Favourite Things stamps I actually got from Bumbleberry Crafts as well. You probably might have heard me mentioning them before. They do a lot of the American brands, but she's a UK wholesaler for them. So it's just a bit easier with shipping and they come a bit faster. So they're the main bits that I'm going to be using for this. As I say, I've already stamped and die cut the images ready to go onto this. So I've taped my ink and cardstock down. This is actually 4.25 because I wanted to leave enough of a border on my orange image. There is a very slight bit of the edge of this masked around at the edge as well, where masking tape's over it. I think I've got it even. It might not be perfect, but I'm going to roll with it because, you know, it's my first ever Halloween card and I'm far too excited to really care that much. I'm going to be trying to use my Prism ink pads. These are water-based ones, so they should blend nicely. I have done a few backgrounds with them before. I've pulled out my blues and my greys, and Ocean Spray is kind of like a greeny colour, but that might help as well. So I'll probably keep pulling my little house in just for rough working out where I'm at with it. And then I've just got my Spectrum Noir blendy tool. What I did, I don't know if you saw my video for it, is all of mine, I went through them and stuck the little blending on to the bottom of them, oops, with some Velcro, just little Velcro dots, just so that everyone has their own blender. You'll sharp see which ones I use the most of. So what I'm going to do first is try and just get a bit of a base for what's going to be my sky. I'm going to use the Blue Lagoon to do that. So as I say, I should have a little blender underneath. So bear with me while I do that. So theoretically my hill is going to be over here. So I need blue for most of the rest of it. It's been a while since I've used these, so bear with me. I'm a bit out of practice with my blending. As I say, I do apologise if this gets a little bit shaky. I'm still trying to work out how to do a decent setup in the living room during the week when I'm trying to craft when my work desk is taking up everything that's nice in there. So that's just a nice coat and a decent bit under there. So I just flip that back over and I can just take that off. My nails are going to be absolutely minging by the end of this, but never mind. I'm going to then bring in some of the nautical blue. So again, just the nautical blue. I've used quite a lot of the blues. I've done a few sunset backgrounds and water sunsets, so I've used them for those. I'm going to actually ink it in my hand just because I think it'll stop it shaking the desk quite as much for you guys, so hopefully it'll make it a bit better for you. So what I'll do then is I'll just ink onto that. Again, I'm just trying to get a... Oh, sorry, that's really shaking. I do apologise. Please bear with me. I want to try and be a bit more delicate as I do this, just in the interests of you not all hating me and never watching the end of my video again. So yeah, so that's the navy. I want to keep it slightly light. I don't want it too dark because it's quite a cute little picture and I don't really want to ruin that. And then I'm just going to take some... Oh, remember to put my ink pads back on. It's been a while since I've blended, so getting my brain to remember to do it's taken a bit of effort. See, French Navy has never had a pad of its own yet. And these are Spectrum Noir blenders as well. I think they're just a bit nicer. I did originally, when I got them, get some cheapish ones and they were all right, but these Spectrum Noir ones are just so much nicer. They seem to get the juiciness a bit better. So yeah, so that's that bit done. I'll keep the box up here though, just because I'm probably going to need to do a little bit more in terms of that. Now, my plan was, I was originally thinking of using greens to try and do my little house on the hill, but then I realised that if I did greens, it would look a bit weird. So I thought if I used mushrooms and thundercloud was the one I was quite keen to try, because I thought that looks like a nighttime green almost. So I thought I'd give that one a little whirl. And what I might do is bring in some slate grey, maybe some midnight black as well. So just pick that up. Oh, that is a nice colour. Bear with me 2 seconds. It's the first time I've ever used this one as well, so yeah, see, to me that is quite a tree at nighttime colour. I'm so sorry about this moving around. I wish there was a way I could stabilise the neck of my setup a little bit better for you. But bear with me. I don't want it to necessarily be too realistic. It's more of a inference that I'm going for with this. Just, I didn't really want to have the house sat in the middle of nowhere in the background. I just wanted it to have something to be sat on. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I actually quite like the way that colour works on its own, so I'm not going to blend any other colours into it. I'm just going to take that off, and then what I'll do is, then one can go away, I'll just blend in a bit more of the French Navy, I think. Should get me the darkness I want. Oh, my nails are a mess. Must make sure I don't touch anything else that needs to be white until after I've resolved this, I think. So I just do that around there, like that, and I think that's good for me. Bear with us 2 seconds. I haven't worked out how to pause this when I'm doing videos, but I really need to clean my fingers ever so slightly, so I do have just some wipes. I tend to use them to clean my stamps off, so they're always nearby, which I think is a good thing when I'm doing this. My fingers are absolutely... It's going to take a while to get my nails clean, I think. I just want to make sure I'm not dragging anything over anything that's meant to be white more than anything else. There's a big grey smear through my card. It's not going to look that nice. But the rest of the film should hopefully be a lot smoother. I was intending originally to raise up my images on foam pads, or a couple of them. However, I've realised I've left them in the other room with my other bits, so they're going to be flat. When you're peeling off the tape, make sure you go really carefully, because it is low tack, so it shouldn't rip your paper, but I don't want to run that risk, so I'm just going to do this gently. So if you bear with me. Oh, those sides are relatively even, I think. I'm kind of pleased with that. It's not perfect, but I think that's a pretty decent border. I think there's only one side, which is this one, that's a little bit off. I think I'm going to go quite happily with that one. So I'm going to put those bits in the bin. That'll move again now. So what I'll do is I'll try and keep everything roughly where this is, because this is pretty much my center point. So Next, it's mainly just really to start building it up. So what I'll do is I'll move that out of the way. This is the back of that paper. It's actually really rather pretty. I do quite like it. I'm hoping my tape roller has plenty of tape in it. I'm just going to use my tape roller. It's not the thickest of paper, and I don't want to put the glue on it and run the risk of it bending. I like to get a good chunk of glue on there. There's nothing worse than something coming off from what you're doing. Just bear with me while yeah, that's the better side of this. While I just line that up. It's not quite perfect, but I can live with it if you guys can. And then again, just some more tape on here. Someone I follow on Instagram and YouTube as well, she's been so helpful while I've been trying to work out how to actually do these videos. She's called Katie, Hook, Line and Inker. Find it if you can. She does some amazing cards and videos, and she's just started watercolouring, and they're stunning as well. Totally worth a follow, and she's a really nice person, which I think helps when you're following someone's videos. She's got a massive tape runner. It's absolutely huge. I don't know if it's an American thing and we just don't really do it in the UK, but it has made me a little bit curious, so I have started to look online. I've just had a little nose on Amazon to see if there's any, and I found a couple that look quite nice, so I might be tempted to give one of them a whirl as well. A glue pen with this as well. I think I've got some Christmas ones coming up as well, stamps that I'm just waiting on arriving. I'd hoped they'd be here today, but they're not. So there might be a little Christmas set, but I'll be doing some colouring with that. So I might do that into a little series of videos. Oh, look at them nails. As I say, I did cut this one smaller with like a smaller border than the others, just so you can actually see some of the pumpkins, because I thought it would be a total waste of such a cute paper if you didn't. So my plan is to have my little house on top of the what now appears to be a very steep hill, but never mind. By the time I've popped her at the bottom, and I'm going to have the kitty cat next to her, I think I'm going to have her kind of popping out of it a little bit, and then I'm going to put the kitten into it more, and then I'm going to have the pumpkin just in that bottom corner there. I think I'll work out exactly where I'm going to position them in there in a second. I'm going to glue these down. I do like my glue. This is Pinflair bookbinding glue. It is really, really good. I've yet to have a problem with it. It sticks everything down the way I want it. So I'll put my little house on first. Checking you guys can still see that. The way my setup is, the what's it called? The bit that holds it, basically, it's covering half of my screen, so I can't necessarily see everything that I'm showing you guys. So I'm just having to like work out where my hands are in relation to the bits of my phone that I can actually see, and then kind of go from there. So I'll put that house at the top of the hill. I need to move it along slightly, otherwise it looks like it's going to fall off the hill. Just trying to see if I can find my tweezers. I thought I'd brought them. There they are. Thought I'd brought them in with me. Just make it a bit easier when I'm doing the smaller items more than anything. There we go. These are great tweezers as well. They're kind of the opposite way of tweezers that you normally get. So you squeeze them to release. Took me a while to get the hang of them as well. I kept accidentally dropping things because I just kept letting go accidentally because I was so used to squeezing tweezers to get them to pick up. So she's gonna go down here like so, like that. And then if I get my little kitty cat, I do really like this little cat. It's very, very cute. I coloured it in with a grey not Spectrum Noir. No, it is a Spectrum Noir, a grey tri-blend, rather than with a black one, because otherwise I thought you'd lose like his little feet and stuff, and I thought that would kind of suck a little bit if you couldn't see all his little feet and his little features, because he is incredibly cute. So I don't know why I'm doing this left-handed to try and stick him down. I do apologise, bear with me one sec. Yep, I'm quite pleased with how he's sat on there. And then I hold it that way first, and then I'm not trying to put it on back to front. That might be easier. And then last but not least, my little pumpkin. I did intend to stamp a sentiment, but like I said, I've left the sentiment bits all in the other room again as well, and I don't want to leave this. So if you see my Instagram post later that has the finished card on it, might actually have a sentiment attached to it as well. And there are some really cute ones in the stamp set. I think my intention was to do ghostly greetings, or can you see that? Ghostly greetings, or wishing you a happy Halloween, or happy Halloween. Oh, I can't decide. That's definitely something I'm going to have to do before I actually put it on. However, that is one, minus a sentiment, completed Halloween card, and I've got to say that I am really pleased with it. I think it's quite cute. Not bad for first go. I will get the UK making and exchanging Halloween cards if it kills me. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this hasn't been too torturous, and I'm really sorry about the shaking on the camera. I will try and work out what it is that I can do to fix that for you guys. But take care. Bye.